Hey, Warren here. Welcome back to Black Z Garage. I'm getting a little claustrophobic around here. I've got boxes showing up all over the place for about 8 different projects. But until just now, I didn't have everything for any one project. But I did get a couple things from Classic Performance Products. So I'll take a minute or two, show you what I got from them, and then we'll get after putting it on the car. So what I ended up picking up are new second generation Camaro Spindles, which incorporate the new, more modern and more high performance Corvette style hub assembly. So let me unwrap this stuff and we can get a look at it. And then before we throw it on the car, I think I'll grab a camera and show you guys what else we got going on in here. I got a lot of projects coming up, just waiting on a few parts. But here's our new spindle. I'm excited about this. It's going to be a great addition to what we've already done on the front end with the QA1 front suspension and the coilovers and the double adjustable shocks. So this is a direct replacement. It incorporates a new Corvette C7 style spindle. And basically this is going to finish off the suspension on this car. This and the brakes are going to be the final upgrades. It's going to be great for autocross and for street or whatever drag. So that's what we got. So let me grab a camera. I'll show you what else we got, and then we'll throw those on the car. So anyway, our plan for next year is this. You know, this Project Camaro's been my all-around car, street strip car, show car. I went and tried autocross, had a really kick-ass time, enjoyed the shit out of doing it, want to do it a lot more. So I actually got sucked into buying Project Firebird over here. Now it's due to leave for the chassis shop in about another week and a half, and we're going to turn it into an absolute killer autocross car. But that's going to take about a year or so. So in the meantime, Project Camaro's got to be my all-around everything car. So let me go over a couple different ways I'm going to try and make that happen. So let's talk tires and rims first. Previously I had a set of BF Goodrich drag radials and some BF Goodrich tires up front, and those served as both my street tires and my drag slicks. But now with autocross, I decided to go out and buy another set of rims and tires. So that'll end up being my street tires, my car show tires, my autocross tires. And that's going to allow me to put a set of real slicks on the back of this car. This car's always been dying for a set of stiff wall slicks. So I'm going to put them on a 15-inch rim, and we're going to use that for drag racing. So anyway, these are US mags. They're going to be my everyday rims and my autocross rims. They're 18 by 8 in the front, and I got 18 by 9.5 in the back. Now I put Michelin Sport 4S's on them. These are the tires that come on the new Cadillacs. They're great tires for a couple reasons. One, they're a 300 tread wear, so I'm not going to wear them out real quick. I'll get a lot of use out of them. They're a great street tire, and they're plenty good enough for autocrossing right now. So, and I also got them 40s, a little bit higher. My old bony ass doesn't mind a little bit of extra sidewall. And the 285 40s really fill up the wheel well nice. You know, I'm an old hot rod guy, so I kind of like a big tire in the back. Can't help it. So the tire and rim situation is pretty much covered. So next thing is, you know, brakes. I mean, you see I got wheelwood boxes all over the frickin' place around here. So let me show you what I got going on with brakes real quick. So I'm working on a new back brake setup that has parking brake. I'm getting the cables and stuff worked out now. I'm just waiting on a part or two to come back for quick performance, and I'll have that out to you. I think that's going to be a good setup. And then also up here up front, as you see, I got the Corvette hub and new spindle assembly on here. It went quick. It was really easy. I've got a nice brake setup that's going to go on after this. We'll get to that in the next couple days also. And then let me show you a couple other things I got going. So a few other things I got going on. I got a new box from Eastwood. It's got a powder coating kit in it. My old one finally burned up. So we'll be powder coating some stuff on the Firebird coming up. I got a new Flaming River tilt steering column for the Camaro. One of the things I like so much about autocross is your friends can do it with you. So it'd be nice to have a tilt steering column for my friends getting in and out of the car. And then my big acquisition is the Tremec Magnum 6-speed. It's a close ratio. It'll be good for autocross and drag racing. And I'm just waiting on a safety bell housing to get here, and then we'll be putting that in. So I got that stuff and several other things, but that should keep us busy for a while. So why don't we go ahead and get on these new spindles. So switching this out is going to be super simple. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a great upgrade to what I've already done on the car. I'm super happy with the QA1 front suspension package that I got. The double adjustable shocks work great. So this is really going to finish off the front suspension. I can really get after it. So we'll be putting a new Corvette spindle and hub on, and then tomorrow I'll put a new set of brakes on. But as you see, I took the whole thing off as a unit on the other side. You know, the spindle, the rotor, calipers, everything. So we're going to do the same thing here. Being that we had it off not all that long ago last year when we put this in, stuff should break apart quick. There's only a couple things to do, so let's get after it and get it done. So what I'm going to do first is disconnect the flexible brake line. So on my car I got an 11/16 here, and then I got a 7/16 flare wrench. So I'll loosen that up and I will throw a rag underneath to catch any brake fluid and stuff. Next thing I'll do is I'm going to loosen up the spring with these nice wrenches they gave us. I'll loosen up the lock ring and then the top ring. Now I'm going to do it a little bit lazy. I'm not going to bother to undo the end link for the sway bar. It's in the way for a minute or two when I'm loosening up the spring, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to put back together once I got the car on the ground. So I am going to take out the rubber stopper. That'll help a little bit getting the wrenches in there, and so I'll spend the next 4 or 5 minutes loosening up the spring. So I got the spring loose. It spins around in here. All the tension is off. So the next thing I'm going to work on are the cotter pins that are holding in the tie rod and the upper and lower ball joints. So I'll take care of those next. So I think I'll get the nut off the tie rod end here. It's an 11/16 socket. We did have this off not too long ago. So I think what I'll try and do is loosen it up and give it a rap or two with a hammer. I'll make it level here so it protects the threads. And if it pops, great. If not, I will use my handy dandy front end kit and pull it off the right way. So let's see what happens. Yeah, I'll pull it off the right way. All right, 1 down, 2 to go. So we have got this all disassembled. We're about an hour and 15 minutes into this. I'll take a few minutes and clean everything up, wipe everything off, make it look pretty, and then I'll put the new parts on. It's looking good, all cleaned up, so I'll go ahead and start reassembling everything. I'm going to start with the lower ball joint and go from there. The upper and lower ball joints are in, so I've set my torque wrench to 65 pounds, and I will tighten these down and I'll put the new cotter pins in. I torqued the tie rod end down to 35 pounds before putting in a new cotter pin. So we got all three of them back in. We got the cotter pins on, we got them torqued down. So next we'll go ahead and put the hub on. Now you could have put the hub on when it was on the bench. I could have too, but I thought it would be just as easy to put it on now. But you can do it either way. Putting the hub on is pretty straightforward. It's got a backing plate to help protect the two surfaces here. So put that on. It comes with 10mm Allen head bolts that take a metric 10mm socket. Make sure you Loctite them. Just kind of goes. And I'll hand tighten each of them in. The main thing is to make sure you don't see any light in through here, that they're all tightened up evenly and it's sitting nice and square inside. 10mm Allen on. And I'll just take my time and slowly tighten them down and make sure that it looks nice and flat in here. All right, it all looks good. So basically all I need to do now is bring the spring back up where it was. I had about 12 threads underneath the locking ring. That worked well for me, so I'm going to screw this back up until I got about 12 threads. I've got the spring screwed back up. I've counted up to about 12 threads where I had it before at the bottom of the locking ring. I've tightened up the locking ring, and the last thing is to reinstall the rubber bumper, and then this installation is over. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am about this addition to my car for a lot of reasons, really. I mean, it's really finishing off all the great additions I already got on the car with the QA1 suspension and the coilovers and the sway bar. So it's really going to finish up the front suspension. It's going to tighten up this area so the brakes work better. It changes the angle here so it's going to turn better. And also the new spindle with the brake mounts like it is. I mean, it's just going to be so easy to add a ridiculously stupid set of brakes on this car. And since I really want to autocross, I need all the stupid I can get. So tomorrow we're going to throw a big ass set of brakes on this thing.